12:35, and you're tuned in to the Mid Morning Talk with me, Fazila Isaac, on Salam Media. Let us catch you on our social media pages. Remember, we are on Facebook Live as well as our streaming, salammedia.com. Now, we are celebrating, or in the mood of celebrating Heritage Day. We have touched on some of the different cultural events that are taking place on the 24th of September. Now we are going to speak to Mr. A.V. Muhammad, who's the director of the 1860 Heritage Center. Now, this is a center that is in KwaZulu Natal. It's a museum that tells a people's heritage and history from indenture right through to democracy. So, Mr. Muhammad will touch on the importance of this particular place that is set up in KwaZulu Natal. Welcome to the show, Mr. Muhammad. Is he talking? Mr. Muhammad?
Hello.
Yes. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for joining us on the show today. We had a lot of guests who were speaking on, the things that are going on for the heritage, different cultures, etc. But I thought it was so important for us to touch on what this means for us as South Africans, having a place where we can go to and see, what this is what the past is, the history behind the country and the people that came into the country. So, having a center like the 1860 Heritage Center is something that, our audience would love to hear about. What is the 1860 Heritage Center?
Shukran, Jazakallah, Azila. 1860 Heritage Center is a Department of Arts and Culture of KwaZulu Natal. It is what they term as a museum and artifacts area, which then starts off with the history of the arrival of Indians from 1860 right up to democracy and beyond. It shows the fusion of the Indian community who we accept when they arrived in 1860, they were slaves. And to record the history, one has to have a place which we could call our home, a home of the indentured laborers, or as I would call it, the slaves that were brought into this country. It shows that the Indian community has been an part of in the heritage and culture. We were fortunate that the Indian culture has still survived the test of time. It shows that we've been accepted into the broader South African community who enjoy different cultures, rainbow nation as we are known as. So in the 1860 Heritage Center, it is the wing of the Department of Arts and Culture of the KwaZulu Natal. It is given to an organization called 1860 Heritage Center. It is a public company with 11 directors. I've been one of them and been responsible for finance. We have about 14 rooms where we showcase the start of the different people came in the different times and the different mode of languages that we speak, things like correspondence, things like the arrival of Mahatma Gandhi, things like the arrival of Sufi Saab, things like the Robben Island, uh, shows how the fact of Lutuli, Mandela, Gandhi uh, showcase that. This is private more than just a heritage. It's to say to the broader community of South Africa that the Indian community from indentured labor to now have played a major role in the affairs of the country, where we are part and parcel of the freedoms that this country enjoys. So we invite people from all over the country. We are open Monday to Friday. We have a guided tour. especially on Saturday, the Heritage Day, we have 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 3 different 1-hour each guided tours of the entire city, showcasing how our Indian community arrived, who they were, what were the difficulties, and how they fused into this broader, what we call the rainbow community of South Africa. It is a guided tour. It is also available at any other given time from the Monday to Friday between 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and the tours are free. It is the government-sponsored Heritage Center, and the Department of Arts and Culture are responsible for it.
Now, Mr. Mohammed, you touched on something that was very important. You spoke on the fact that, people need to recognize and realize that Indian people were also part of the struggle. They were part of the freedom. They were some of the reasons why we have the freedom that we have now. Now, at the center, there are some historical information that's there that creates value to the lives of South Africans. Can you relate some of the information that is there that speak on this?
Well, I want to tell you that it's a very important subject that you are touching on. And as I said at my outset, that it's not only the slaves or the indentured laborers, it is the traders that arrived in 1874 that played an important part. Then you had the 3 Naidus Pact, you had the Natalist Congress. Before the Natalist Congress, of course, we had the arrival of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who now we sent back to India as Mahatma Gandhi. He arrived here. He was instrumental in the Natalist Congress. He was instrumental in the African National Congress. Then you see the Gandhi, Tuli, and the Mandela Pact as well. So there are prominent people that have served in the Robben Islands, were instrumental to be part of the party that was responsible for the freedom of this country. Obviously, you take the Pahad, you take the Tamba Pillay, you take the Dike, many other people that were involved from the Indian community. And as I said, the traders arrived in 1874, but as we grew, we became self-sufficient, but we were a force to be reckoned with, as we were part and parcel of the changing face of South Africa from the time of the struggle to the freedom that we enjoyed.
Mr. Mohammed, we're just going to take a quick ad break. And when we get back, we're going to unpack more on what the 1860 Heritage Center has for the people in KwaZulu-Natal. Stay tuned.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
Hunger ratios in South Africa are on an upward trajectory since the beginning of COVID-19. Over 23% of South African households experienced hunger last summer. At SANZAF, we aim to ease the hunger struggles of those in need by providing freshly prepared meals daily. You can be part of this by donating towards the SANZAF Meals Project. Visit sanzaf.org.za or call us on 011 834 6046. SANZAF, changing lives through development and relief.
Online schooling? Why not? Kurtuba Online Academy is the leading global online Islamic school from grade R to matric, offering South African caps and international syllabus. And it doesn't stop there. We also offer online madrasa for every grade. For more information, visit www.kurtubaonline.co.za. Kurtuba Online Academy, the leading global online Islamic school.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042 203 1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
I lived in Canada for 20 years, and the crazy thing is this hijab thing came up. Women were dictated and they were forced to take it off. You have to wear this, you have to. Is that not violating humans' rights?
Salam Media, in collaboration with the South African National Muslim Women's Forum, are hosting Afghan humanitarian and women empowerment activist Nadima in South Africa.
Why is somebody here that is telling me that please wear appropriate clothes because we're not yet in a stable state and people are not used to this style?
Nadima will be touring South Africa for 2 weeks in September.
And I know a lot of people are not going to like what I'm saying because a lot of my friends blocked me because they're saying that I am not speaking the truth. But honest to God, this is my truth.
Join us on a riveting journey through the eyes of an Afghan sister.
For more information, contact Miriam Mia on 082 956 7464 on 082 956 7464 or Hawa Patel on 082 920 0773 082 920 0773.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
The time is 12:48 and you're tuned in to the Mid-Morning Talk with me, Fazila Isaac, on Salam Media. Again, in celebration of Heritage Day, we have on the line Mr. A.V. Mohammed, who's the director of the 1860 Heritage Center, where we are learning quite a bit about the cultures that we have in South Africa, our freedom fighters and those who have fought for the things that we have enjoyed today. Now, Mr. Mohammed, tell me one such story that actually piques the interest of many who visit the center. What is something that captures them?
I must say that the intriguing part that catches the eye of the people is the recorded history and to know how it started from the 1860s, who were the 360 slaves or indentured laborers that came here, which gave rise to the Indian community that exists in the Republic of South Africa today. So that's a very, very vital information that every South African citizen has to accept the reality that the Indians that are here, we are directly responsible and mindful of the fact that it was those indentured laborers, those slaves who sacrificed their lives, and in the condition that they came there, and in what condition that they lived, and how they were treated, is something that's going to open the eyes of every human being that lives on the face of this earth, to see the hardships that the Indian community suffered. And then further, it goes up to say how we also were part of this apartheid system. We had to fight it with our fellow African brothers in the country to the freedom that we all enjoy today. So it is a historical area where things that one has no direct access to in a normal media of today. One comes to the center, you are then given this wealth of information of the sacrifice of the people who were there and made those sacrifices for the freedom that we enjoy, the roots that were planted that time, the seeds that were planted. So we have the old entire Leader newspaper, for example, in Without Case. We have historical books by different writers. We have historical information. We have photographs. We have things like what kind of pot, what kind of thing that we used to grind your ginger and garlic and exhibit there to show for years to come that the living conditions of the people that came. The important factor is to enlighten the struggle of the intensive laborers of what they went through for the sacrifice that they have made for the freedom that we enjoy today.
Mr. Mohammed, you touched on some very, very important points, recognizing that this is exactly the people who actually helped with bringing this through. Now, I attended a predominantly Indian school in Durban, in Chatsworth. So, we didn't learn much as we are in a predominantly Indian school. We didn't learn much about the Indian people's role as freedom fighters. Okay, we knew about, Fatima Mir, Ahmed Kathrada, people like that. We've heard about it, but this was not taught to us in school. So, how can or do you think that there should be learning of such things in the school curriculums as much as we learn about other people and how they've joined the struggle? Do you think that we should also focus on the Indian people and what they've done to be freedom fighters, the recognition that they deserve?
Yes, I'm very happy you brought that question up. 16th of November, that just passed last year, which we celebrated the 162nd year of the arrival of Indians in the country. The Premier of KwaZulu-Natal was present. The Minister, Ministry for Arts and Culture. And I made a non-negotiable request that we can have the 1860, we can produce some leaflets, go to some media, and to get 16 million people to the center, it is a humanly impossible task. Now, this, what you have touched on is I concur and I agree, and that was my request, and I said there should be a book, a curriculum in the school. So all that the schools that are in the Republic of South Africa must learn that the role that the Indian community played in the freedom of this country. Because of the 14 billion Africans supposedly in this country, I assure you, almost 35 billion don't even know the contribution of the Indian community. So you are right. We are pressing for it. We are hoping that our request will be accepted to say there should be a curriculum in some grades of the school that the community, and I mean the community, and not only the black community, I mean every community that lives in South Africa must be taught and must be aware that the Indian community, and I'm not being racist, definitely has played a role and in the upkeep of being the Republic of Africa.
And now, we have a community of, the youth who, like you say, they don't have this information at their disposal. But how can we as the youth honor the ancestors who have fought for the pleasures that we enjoy today?
How can we, sorry?
How can we honor them? How can we honor those who have fought in the struggles and given us this freedom, this diversity that we have to enjoy this freedom of the diverse cultures that we have? How can we honor them?
Well, we say, the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, the Nelson Mandela Foundation in the Johannesburg, the heritage site in the various different places. So what has happened was every town or every province will have its own little museum which will do this. But as a 1860, we have embarked on recognizing the people that were involved, and we are interviewing them and getting them, plus the people that have written books. We encourage them to come to our center and launch them. But 1860 Heritage Center very soon we'll be having a road show where we will be visiting the entire country in different stages to showcase the 1860 Heritage Center, also to showcase the vast contribution, which is non-negotiable, made by the Indian community from the time of indentured laborers to now.
Great. Mr. Mohammed, Jazakallah so much for joining us. This was so enlightening. I wasn't even aware that there was a heritage center there in Durban, so it's really, really fascinating to know that there are places like this where we can take our kids, we can take our scholars in order for even us, the adults, to go through and actually learn on the cultures and the preservation of the cultures and the importance of the people who were here before us. We are so grateful that you took the time to join us today and enlightened us on this. Jazakallah so much.
We want to extend an open invitation to the people of South Africa, irrespective of race, color, or creed, or what language you speak and what denomination you are. It is an historical situation that we are going to be facing soon, where we don't know the history of our community. And I'm not being racist. We're not going to be ashamed to say that we are concerned about the contribution of the Indian community has made to the freedom struggle of South Africa. So for that, please come visit wherever you in Durban. It is in Derby Street. It's in the corner. You cannot miss it. It is the 1860 Heritage Center. It's open daily, Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4. It is absolutely free, and you can take photographs and you can look at some of the historical artifacts that are kept there, and we invite one and all. May you please take this opportunity that is one in a lifetime, that you can come and be part of the history of the 1860 Heritage Center.
Right. Thank you so much and have a very, very good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
That was Mr. A.V. Mohammed, the director of the 1860 Heritage Center. Open invitation for each and every one of you out there. Go out there if you are in the KwaZulu-Natal area, or if you go on holidays, almost the school holidays, take your kids there. Get them to learn about the cultures and the struggles that we have had to go through in order for us to sit here today and enjoy this very day on Saturday, should I say, Heritage Day, Bride Day, whatever it means to you. Go out there and enjoy this day, but also understand how we got to get to this day and to actually enjoy this or have the benefit of enjoying this. The Heritage Center, you will find it at number 1 Derby Street in Greyville, Durban. They are having, all of their tours, they say, are free. They're having a guided tours with Salvan Naidu on the 24th of September. The tours are from 9 to 10. And then another from 10 to 11, and another from 11 to 12. You can contact the center on 031 309 1858. That is the 1860 Heritage Center that's in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, however we see this Heritage Day as being, it's a day for us to come together. Again, like we said, we love the fire, we love the meat, we love the shisa and yama, so enjoy it. So from me, Fazila Isaac, enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe, take care of yourself. Until next week, Tuesday again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.